Hi, this is Asa, and welcome to my audio experience.
You're designed to do something great. You're designed to be great. You weren't here by accident. There's nothing more that I can't stand for. I hear people say, oh, this person is an accident, right? They had them at a certain point in life. No one's an accident. You're not an accident. You're not an oops. You're not an, wasn't supposed to be here. You were supposed to be here. And we're glad you're here, okay? And on this show, we want to help you find out what your gifts, your talents, your abilities are, and the health to be able to do those things that you were designed to do. And if it's being a grandparent right now, so you can have the right energy levels and the excitement and the passion and the ability to be there and be present with your kids and your grandkids and even great-grandkids. And whatever stage and level you are, look, there's great things that can happen with you, and you can really, really do well in life. But you have to have the right body. You have to be able to take care of your body in the right way. On this show, we want to help you do that. Give us a call, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Or you can go online, go to Believe Health TV. Now, we're going to go to the phones here in just a minute, but don't forget, we're giving you a copy of my book, hardback copy of my book, free, totally free, to help you. It's got the anti-inflammatory diet in it. It's got everything you need to know from A to Z on how to live a healthy lifestyle. Go to myfreehealthbook.com. That's myfreehealthbook.com, and we can help you get that. You'll get it for free. We'll just mail it to you, ship it to you, whatever. And always get you what you need, okay? Let's get on in the phones and talk to Rose. Hi, Rose. What is your health challenge?
I've been having a problem for about going on a year now with my hip, my right hip, bothering me through my sleep hours. And it's only when I'm sleeping. If I get into a certain position, it's fine. When I get up and move around, it's fine. I walk with no problem. I move with no problem. But when I'm sleeping, my hip, for whatever reason, it hurts. So I was wondering if, I don't know that it's the mattress, because I've slept on several different beds, and it's the same story with every bed, firm or soft.
Yeah, here's the thing, many times that when you've got movement and motion going in any kind of joint, you can have less pain. And a lot of times if there's a lot of scar tissue in the joint itself or in the cavity itself or in the connective tissue like the ligaments and the tendons in that joint, hips, shoulder, whatever it is, then the adhesions can cause pain during the night when it's more immobile and when it's just stationary. So there is a way for that to happen. And it's very common. So what do? Well, it's kind of like what you're doing now. You want to make sure you maintain good movement during the day. I would encourage you to look into some form of physical therapy, though, or getting a personal trainer that's more of a strength and conditioning coach, someone that can work you with functional exercise and help you to work on weak areas. Because a lot of times what will happen with muscles is, for example, if you've got a joint that hurts at night, it could just be an imbalance, like when you're walking and you're using your hamstrings and your quads and things. It's activating certain muscles that take the pressure off of the joint. But when you're lying there sleeping, because you've got imbalances in other muscles, those are now relaxed, but the other muscle's tight, and it's pulling in on the joint itself and causing the pain, if that makes sense. So it's good to have someone that can work with the imbalances of the muscles. Now, some osteopathic physicians are really good at this and have been highly trained. But most of the time, physical therapists are kind of the kings and queens in this category that can do really, really good work. So I would look at some of that, because a lot of insurance companies pay for that, and it can be something that can easily be done. But you need someone to help you physically with that. Now, from a like pain inflammation perspective, yeah, your diet's going to play a big role. So just remember that any kind of eating that you do, if it raises inflammation in the body, it can cause any joint in the body to hurt. A lot of times they think joint pain is just wear and tear. But many times the joint-related issue can be related to too much inflammation in the body. And it's really important to look at that and understand that. So how do you do that? Well, the anti-inflammatory diet is a great way to start, and that's in my book, which we're giving away for free. You just go to myfreehealthbook.com. That's myfreehealthbook.com, and we'll send it to you. Okay? But look at ways to lower inflammation in the body. That's the key. All right. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. I'm so glad you're with us. Look, we want to help you reach your potential and become the best version of you, no matter what you're struggling with. Diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, fibromyalgia, depression, anxiety, whatever it is. Just know if the body can get sick, it can also get well. Many times we do these things to ourselves. And I know you don't want to hear that. I get it. But many times we do. We do these things to ourselves. So we don't make the right choices every single day, many times because we don't know. And if you don't know better, how can you do better? So it's about knowing better. And that's what the show's about, helping you reach your potential and become the best version of you so you know the right kind of choices to make every single day. Let's get on. Oh, by the way, you can send me an email. Go to Believe Health TV, shoot me an email, or go to any social media handle, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and send me a direct message, and we can make that part of the show, or we can answer in private as well, whatever you prefer. We'll be happy, more than happy to do that. But the email came in. Darren in Gardendale, Alabama, wants to know, I have a chronic lung disease. My doctor has me on some medications. Is there anything else I can do? I don't know what the lung disease is that you have, but there's only a couple in the chronic category. But I will tell you this. If your doctor has you on certain medications, stay on them. Okay? I'm not anti-medicine. So you want to follow what they're telling you. That's really important. Like, be super respectful. Like, they are seeing things from day to day. I will tell you, though, what they're probably not going to help you with, and you need to research on your own, and hopefully this will help, is you remember, whenever you've got any kind of health challenge, no matter what it is, you got to make sure that your foundation, what you're doing every single day, your eating habits and your strategy is good. Matter of fact, it needs to be great, because you got to be able to eat the right kind of foods that lower inflammation, that support lung tissue and function, and you can't just be freewheeling it, eating whatever you want. If you do that, the body's going to break down. We know that for a fact. So you want to eat the right kind of foods every single day, in the right combination, in the right way. And fruits and vegetables, yes, of course. But it's about getting lab work done to know what your nutritional deficient areas are, to know where any weak spots might be, so that you can strategize and eat the right kind of foods every single day. That's really what it comes down to. The big amino acid for good regeneration of the lung tissues is L-taurine. L-taurine. Just remember that. So L-taurine is one of the top amino acids. We know for a fact that if you quit smoking, for example, okay, for a smoker, if you quit smoking, then what happens over time is, if you increase your L-taurine levels, the body can regenerate the lung tissue after about an 8-year period. Now, there's debate on that. Some people say it's a little bit longer, some a little less, but 8's about the average of when that can happen. So if you cut the smoking out, then you can make a great difference in your overall health. And so that's what I want to encourage you to look at, L-taurine. Make sure to check that out if you're dealing with any kind of lung issue. Okay, we're here for you, 888-283-7272. We're going to go to the phones here in just a minute. Make sure to send us an email. Go to Believe Health TV. Now, if you're looking for ways to support good, healthy hormones and have good energy levels, I've got a couple of tips for you. Number one is, if you're looking for healthy hormones, we've always been on this like low-fat diet thing. It's been around since the 80s. Terrible information. It's not the way to go. You've got to have healthy fats in your body, specifically the right kind of fatty acids to make the right amount of hormone, whether it's testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, whatever it is. But men and women both have hormones that need to be maintained if you want to have a high quality of life. And it's not about you getting older and it just going away. But there's so many ways to support healthy hormones that I want to talk about, because hormones are really the key to peak performance. You know, we talk about quality of life, which is what I'm really into. Like, I want you to live longer, but I want you to live stronger. And I think that's the big key for all of us here at our show and our network. We want to see people really live. Like, you know, when you turn 60 or 70, I mean, life's not over. It's not like that's the downhill. It really needs to be kind of that celebration time, because like 50's the new 30, 60's the new 40. Like, we're in a different phase of aging. If you haven't already figured that out, look at people that are 50 today and tell me if they look like the 50 that you saw when you were a kid. When you were a kid, 50 was old, right? When you see people 50 now, they're still playing athletics. They're still fighting in boxing matches. They're still playing baseball. They're quarterbacking football. I mean, it's a whole different deal. We're seeing the aging process really transform right before our eyes. Amazing.
Want to turn back the clock 15 years and have more energy? This is Dr. Raisa telling you to just breathe with LiveO2. LiveO2 delivers the right amount of oxygen we need for optimal health. Go to liveO2.com. That's liveO2.com.
To find out more, connect with On Call Radio online at InShapeNetwork.com.
So glad you're with us. Look, this show's all about you. It's about your health, and it's about your life. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Let's get on the phones and go with Ingrid. Hi, Ingrid. What is your health challenge?
I'm recovering from a UTI, but they gave me an antibiotic, to which I am allergic, and I'm also allergic to sulfa. What can I do to keep my urinary tract healthy so this doesn't happen?
Well, you've heard the old adage about, well, first of all, if they ever give you antibiotics for a UTI, it's great, because really and truly what's proven to keep the kidneys healthy and to keep the urinary tract healthy during a UTI, which can be very damaging, by the way. But it's like that a couple of areas that I'm just like so glad we have antibiotics, because it really does make a difference. It will protect you in more ways than one. But for the prevention side and, keeping them from coming more and more, there's a couple things you can look at. One, you've heard about cranberry juice, right? Well, it does work. And I'm really a big fan. I like cranberry juice, but you've got to do it the kind that doesn't taste good. Really tart, organic, the kind that really makes a big difference that way is what you want to look for. It matters. It's the kind that you have to you kind of hold your nose and drink it. But very concentrated can be really good for the kid for urinary UTIs. The other thing is these are kidney protective, but juniper berries. Juniper berries are phenomenal for the kidneys, but they're great for UTIs. Silver. Ionic silver is something you can find at most health food stores. Sometimes it can be a challenge to find, but silver works as a natural antibiotic that you can use on a regular basis, small amounts, and it supports the body and the immune system in a great way. High amounts of vitamin C, and then don't forget our good friend vitamin D. And having a blood test done to know exactly where that's coming from is a big, big deal. So hopefully that helps get you going in the right direction. 888-283-7272 is the number. You can always give us a call. Hey, if you don't have a copy of my book, we're giving it away for free. myfreehealthbook.com. That's where you have to go. It's a hardback copy of my best-selling book to really get you going in the right direction. It has the anti-inflammatory diet in it, and so it gives you all the foods you can have, the ones you got to stay away from. You just go to myfreehealthbook.com. We'll send it to you absolutely free. Just for being great listeners and viewers and being a part of this great community. And look, we're here for you. And if you need help, I always tell people, if you want to support the show, support the show. Go to the website. We have supplements. We have books, and we have T-shirts, and we have hats and merchandise. If you want to support it, we hope you do, because we love being here for you every single day. And we're growing every single day in multiple outlets over and over again to be able to get this message out, to be able to help you be the best version of you. Let's get on the phones again and go to Adam. Hi, Adam.
Hi, I want to know, is fish good to eat every day? They say you can't eat it every day because it has mercury in it.
Great question. It's a great question. Can you eat fish every day? Adam says. Well, there's a couple of different thoughts. I mean, yes, you've got to be concerned about mercury if the quality of the fish is not good. One of the lowest of the mercury content fish is salmon. Matter of fact, you can get canned salmon, and all canned salmon is wild caught and has a very, very low amount of mercury. I know people that we test in all of our clinics that eat fish every single day and have very low mercury content. And so it really comes down to the quality. It's like eating meat that's got full of hormones and estrogens and all of that. I mean, if you do that all the time, yeah, that's going to wreak havoc on your system. So I would look at the quality of the fish that you're eating when you're choosing whether or not to do it every single day. It's a great quality. I mean, again, there's people that don't like fish, eggs, and meat, that more just straight plant-based vegetarian. I get that and I respect it. But there's good benefits that come out of eggs and good benefits that come out of fish. So I would look at the quality. That's what I would focus on more than can you eat it every day. If you've got good quality, typically you can eat it more often. That is for sure. But I'm a big fan of fish, just so you know. I eat it just about every day, if that helps. Are you drinking your water? You see me drink my water constantly. That's because I drink a lot of water every day. Every day. So here's my rule of thumb for water. If you're not a big water drinker and you do sodas and juices and coffee and all of that, look, water needs to be your number one. If you want to do a little bit of the other, okay. But the bulk of what you drink every single day, it can't be like you drink coffee all day long and a little bit of water. It can't be like you're a big soda person and then you do a little bit of water. Throw that in there. You can't do that. Water needs to be a major foundation of what you do every single day. We are huge on it. We hit everybody over the head with it, push it. I'm passionate about it. So half your body weight in ounces every single day. If you weigh 200 pounds, 100 ounces of water. You weigh 150 pounds, 75 ounces of water. It's that simple. That's how we do. That's how we do what we do. Okay? It's really, really important. 888-283-7272 is the number. How many of you know somebody that has a fib, atrial fibrillation? Know somebody? Atrial fibrillation is something that a lot of people struggle with. We call it AFib. And, of course, it's irregular heartbeat. So it's like the heartbeat will make different types of flutters and sounds, but it's not regular. It's not a regular what we call heart rate and rhythm. And so when you have AFib, they say it's genetic. There's links to it from that perspective. They also say that AFib can be a sign of a panic attack, which is a low amount of GABA in the body, which throws off a high level of anxiety in the body. So that is a theory, and it's a thought, and it's treatable for sure. But the question is, what do you do when you have AFib? because I get this all the time. We get asked this all the time. AFib is one of those things, I'll tell you, 9 times out of 10, and nobody will tell you this, but let's go back for a second. When the body's doing something weird, okay, you got to remember that it's typically not getting something that it needs. So typically the body's not getting something that it needs to be able to function at its peak level. So when your heart's been beating normal a lot your whole life, right, and it just beats, and then all of a sudden it starts having a weird flutter. What is that? Well, if only 1.5% of Americans actually eat really good vegetables every day, right, like green, dark leafy greens, all of that, then you're not going to be getting the right amount of B vitamins that your body needs over time. And the challenge is why it doesn't happen when you're younger is because your gut's working great. You could eat all kinds of horrible things and your gut's still working great. You start getting into your 40s and 50s and 60s, if you don't take care of your gut, your microbiome, it's not going to work that great. And if it's not working that great, then you're not going to be getting the things that you need. Specifically, remember, you're only as healthy as what you digest, absorb, assimilate, and eliminate. Okay, so if any of those processes are broken or not working, then you're going to be in a tough spot. So I want to encourage you, more than anything, to make sure that you're getting the right kind of foods in, specifically vegetables. AFib is typically a vitamin B deficiency. B vitamins all day long, like a multiple B vitamin, but getting it from food sources is one of the best ways to help with this. Now, AFib can also be traced back to iodine. We don't have iodine in our diet anymore, by the way, but it's number one trace mineral that's needed for heart rate and rhythm. Okay, that's why it's an issue, heart rate and rhythm. Mental clarity, think about all the brain fog we have today, okay, and then also for thyroid function. So we need it for those three things. So you might want to get a test done to look and see if your iodine levels are where they need to be. Also get checked for all your B vitamins to see if anything might be low, because many times that can be a trigger for the AFib.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today. Did you know that you can listen to the Asa RX audio experience on Spotify and Pandora? For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
To find out more, visit the show online, InShapeNetwork.com.
Welcome. I'm so glad you're with us. This show is all about you. It's about your health, and it's about your life. If the body can get sick, you can also get well. Lifestyles are medicine, so the choices that we make today can and will determine the kind of health that we're going to have. So it's all about choices. You can make good choices and you can make bad choices. You know that. So it's really about making the right kind of choices so you can really do well and not be stuck. You don't want to be stuck. You want to be able to thrive, go to the next level. You want to lose the weight, not have to take the medications, have the energy, have the vitality, have the mental clarity, have the excitement and just the vitality for life, right? The vigor of life. And, again, you were designed to live a great life, by the way. You're not here by accident. You're here on purpose. And you were designed to be great at everything that you put your hand to. So we always want to, on this show, we really want to help you fulfill that by having the body and the health to be able to do that. And I believe, without a shadow of a doubt, I've seen it in years and years of clinical practice, how people can come in one way and make radical changes in their life by doing the right strategies and come out on the other side amazing. And I've seen it time and time again. Here's the bottom line with health, and no one may ever tell you this, but I'm going to tell you this. You have to work your butt off, literally, for good health. Now, you may say, well, so-and-so is 95 and she just had good genetics and she ate pizza every day. Okay, yeah, there are some people there are those people, right? But, I mean, for the most part, on average, you got to put the work in. You got to exercise when you don't want to. You got to eat healthy when you don't want to. You have to sleep, a little bit less or a little bit more when you don't want to. You got to drink water when you don't want to. There's a whole lot of don't want tos. But I can tell you this, that nothing tastes as good as feeling good does. No amount of sleep or exercise or pain or that you go through, everything you do for your health is worth it, because the feeling that you have and the longevity that you will have with good health, that matters more than anything. It trumps everything else all day long. So I want to encourage you, you got to put in the work. Do the work, and you'll have the kind of health in the body that you really want. If you're not willing to do the work, it will not happen. Okay? When I talk about exercise to people right now, by the way, you can go 888-283-7272. If you want to be a part of the show, call us. I'll be glad to answer your questions. The phone lines are already getting full, and they do stay full a lot. So 888-283-7272, or go to our website, go to Believe Health TV. You can send us an email. We'll make it part of the show and answer in private if you need to, but we can make it part of the show as well. But when it comes down to good health, look, and you've got to do the work. I always tell people about exercise. It's a great example, because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing every day. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, you need to eat healthy every day. You got to poop every day, or I hope you're pooping every day. You got to pee every day. Got to sleep every day. Got to drink water every day. So when it comes to exercise, people are like, I don't really want to do that. Look, I've seen people age. Now I've been in this game long enough. I've been in this doctor game long enough. Been in practice long enough. Seen patients long enough to see that those that exercise have great mobility in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. Those that don't exercise, that just say, I don't really want to do that, a little lazy, they ride in the golf cart all day long, they have really tough issues in their 70s, 80s, and 90s with mobility. And that's what you don't want to lose. With exercise, one of the main keys, yes, is to keep your heart healthy and circulation and all that, but you do not want to lose your mobility at all when it comes to your health. And that's why exercise is so vital. Even in the equation, it's probably 30% of the overall health equation, but it's a big 30%. 70% of that's diet and your nutritional choices. Hands down, that's going to be one of your tops. But, man, I got to tell you, the exercise thing, 6 days a week, you need to plan on that 6 days a week for the rest of your life if you're over the age of 40. Hands down, no excuses. If you're not willing to do that, and I'm talking, it doesn't have to be an hour, but set aside 20 or 30 minutes a day. Do something. Go out and walk. Ride a bike. Put stuff in your house so you can exercise and never miss, right? Do whatever it takes. Don't give yourself an excuse of, I got to drive here, drive there. It's snowing outside, sleeting outside, raining outside. You got to cut all the excuses out, all of them. And you got to just, because here's what I tell people now. When it comes to exercise, if you're not willing to exercise and do something 6 days a week, do not even do anything at all. Like, don't even bother. And be like, what if I go 3 days a week? I heard that was good. I don't care what they tell you. It's not going to move the needle at all. If it's worth doing, I would do it 7 days a week, but I've been taught, and I believe that 6 days rest one on everything in life is the way to go. It is. It's God's plan. He laid it out in His Word, and I don't know what you believe, but I believe that, and you can't argue with people that do it. I mean, look at Chick-fil-A. Look at people like, you look at businesses like that just function and do well. It's amazing. So glad you're with us. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go to the website, go to Believe Health TV. Look, we want to help you. And we want to, no matter what you're struggling with, what you have, diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, fibromyalgia, depression, anxiety, I mean, the list goes on and on. Whatever you have, just know we want to help you get there. We want to help you go to the next level with your health, with your life, and whatever you're struggling with, we just want to be here for you. Oh, also, we're giving away a free copy of my book. Go to myfreehealthbook.com. That's myfreehealthbook.com. Get a copy of that. And we're doing that just to help you, really just to help you get to the next level with your health. It's got the anti-inflammatory diet in it, and it's a great way to support you in your journey, because everybody needs a guide. They need a strategy and a way to go. It's a great way to get there. We just want to help you get on your way and get going in the right direction. All right, childhood stress, they're saying, is a major cause of weight gain in women. Now, I know this study was done with women. They did a study on childhood weight gain and the stress that occurred within families and how it related to gaining weight later on. But I would say that it's even more than just women, and this is just my own opinion. They did the study with women, and they found that most women that had high levels of childhood stress, like divorced parents that argued all the time, or maybe lost a parent and somebody died, which is very traumatic for any child. Maybe they were in the foster care system and didn't really know why they were there, or who loved them and who didn't, and that's another major stress. Or maybe they were You just don't know. But whatever the stress is, we know for a fact it affects you for a lifetime. And no matter what counseling you go through, like I'm just telling you, you can make it because you can be mentally strong enough to push through, but there's always, you carry a scar. Everybody does that's been through it. And that's why if you're parents, you want to do everything you can to make the environment of your child's environment as healthy and loving and stable as it can be. It's one of the greatest things you can do as a parent is to provide that stability. If you disrupt that in kids at any level and cause the feeling for 1 second that they're not loved or appreciated or valued, or, I mean, I see it time and time again, it is a detriment. You are doing one of the worst things you can do to your child. I almost think it's a form of abuse, but, again, it's not classified as that. But as a doctor, seeing what it does to people, and like when you unpack people that are overweight by 100 pounds, we just did a show recently for a reality show that was weight loss based. I did it with my friend Diamond Dallas Page, WWE Hall of Fame wrestler. And there's one of our guests, as we call them, on the show that was a young kid. And, love this kid. If you watch the show, you'll see it. But this is amazing. 21 years old. Never ate a vegetable in his life. 500 pounds he came on the show. Has lost over almost 150 pounds just in the process. And you got to look at his environment. Had a terrible environment. Grew up in a family with parents that were hooked on meth. And they were using him to do work to get money to pay the bills because they were spending all the money they had on the drugs. So imagine growing up in that. The pain that he's worked through, but the mental strength that he has to want to go to the next level, to want to live a better life. Like, that's what I'm talking about. So providing that. So they're saying that childhood stress causes weight gain in women. It really causes it in everybody because I've seen it in clinical practice. But the biggest thing is, how do you unpack it? How do you get healed from it? And how do you move forward when you have the scar? The stress can come from a multitude of different directions, but I will tell you this, managing stress is one of the greatest keys, and that's why they call it managing. You ever notice that? It's not like stress riddance or stress elimination. It's stress management. And the reason they say stress management is because life is going to give us stuff all the time. And it's what we choose to do with it. It's how we choose to handle it. It's how we manage every situation. If it's a loss of a loved one, or loss of a job, or financial stress, or a disease, we call it a health challenge here. Whatever it is, life brings us things, and we have to be able to handle that and roll up your bootstraps, or however you want to say it, and tackle it head on. But if you can learn how to manage stress really well, you can handle, the body can handle things much, much better. Our body has a system called the adrenal system that is what we call our fight or flight syndrome, and it manages our stress levels, but it can get burned out really quickly. And when that gets burned out, that's when disease process can sit in on the body in a major way. It's kind of our body's protective mechanism, our shield against things. But you really want to work on managing stress. It's about stress management. And you got to do that with exercise, good mindset, the right kind of eating strategy so the body has the nutrients that it can to build up and keep the immune system strong during high periods of stress. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go to the website, go to Believe Health TV. Look, we're always here for you each and every day. And if you need it for a copy of my book, we'd love to send it to you. Just go to myfreehealthbook.com. That's myfreehealthbook.com. We can send that to you.
Want to turn back the clock 15 years and have more energy? This is Dr. Raisa telling you to just breathe with LiveO2. LiveO2 delivers the right amount of oxygen we need for optimal health. Go to liveO2.com. That's liveO2.com.
Connect with On-Call Radio and watch On-Call TV at InShapeNetwork.com.
Let's get on the phones. I know you've been waiting there, so we're going right to you. Let's kick off with Susan. Hi, Susan. What's your health challenge?
Hi. I had a question regarding exercise, about how it's so much better to go for the high intensity And I guess I just get a little confused because of other studies that are told to me that don't worry about so much what type of exercise, even something like housework or grocery shopping or running the vacuum, so I just would really like to ask in a little bit more specific terms.
All right. Great question, by the way. All right, so let's break it down. You ready? I love this question. So they did all these studies, and there's two types of exercise. That's what they call steady state cardio. That's like walking on a treadmill for 30 minutes, right, at a good pace, or getting on an elliptical bike and doing that, or a stationary bike, riding that for like 30 or 45 minutes. So longer duration. They also did a study where you could like run stairs, right, for 30 seconds and then walk for 2 minutes. They call that a recovery period. Or you get on a bike and you sprint on a bike for 30 seconds and then you rest for 2 minutes. Not like slowly pedal as you breathe, and because it makes you do a lot of output. But you can do that, and they found that you can go 45 minutes on what we call steady state cardio on a treadmill. Or you could do 15 minutes of like these rounds, as we call it, of high intensity and then recover. You go hard for 30 seconds, rest for a minute or 2 minutes. But they found that the body composition change of like fat loss and cardiovascular benefit were about the same in both categories. So if you want to go 15 minutes and cut it down short and go harder, it's kind of your personality, then do that. If you just more want to you still go hard, but it's longer and less intense, but you go like 30, 45 minutes, you can do that too and get the same benefit. Here's the key. Gardening and housework and walking around and walking the dog, like stop all that. Like when I hear people tell me that you're stopping 8 times for the dog to pee and sniff the bushes and all of that, like that's not exercise. If you want to add that as another little bit of activity, that's fine. But you've got to have a planned session of exercise 6 days a week. 6 days. Like I'm dead set on that. I used to say, oh, it's no big deal, 3 days, 4 days. But the more I've seen, learned, and done in my own life, the more I'm like, no, it's every single day. Remember, if it's worth doing with anything in life, it's worth doing every single day. You got to sleep every day. Got to drink water every day. Got to pee every day. Got to poop. You better be peeing and pooping every day. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing every day. Give us a call. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Go to the website, Believe Health TV. Also, we got a text message. You can text us. It's there on the screen, and you can see it on the website. But if you text us, we got a whole new thing now. We'll put your message on the show. You want to direct message me, go to any of the social media outlets, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, any of those, and you can send us a DM, and we'll make it part of the show as well. Whatever we can do to help, we are here for you each and every day. All right, let's get to the phones and go to Albert. Hi, Albert.
I'm calling to see if there's any advanced medications for radiation after effects, especially I had throat cancer and my neck muscles have fibrosis. See if there's anything I can do for that.
There's a couple things you can do. One is after you've done any kind of radiation, always, you want to do some form of cleanse, detox type reset on your system. And it's not some weird, hokey, herbs and all that, but it's just eating anti-inflammatory based foods for a consistent period of time, at least a month, and getting plenty of pure, clean water, at least half your body weight in ounces every single day. Making sure the gut is healthy is probably one of the greatest things you can do. Getting a good amount of probiotics and the right kind of enzymes. Eating fermented foods, fermented vegetables, fermented dairy products. There's so many ways to restore the body, to get the body to chelate things out. Chlorella is really, really good too. Aloe juice is very, very good. You can combine those. Juicing it's a great time to do multiple forms of juice throughout the day. When you're looking to cleanse the body and cleanse the system, it's just a great way to go. To get that done on a regular basis is phenomenal. So I would look at ways to really get your antioxidants, your nutrients of fruits and vegetables up at a high concentration to be able to give your body the nutrition that it needs. That's what I would focus in on more than anything, because it's not about doing some kind of special, chelator, and don't get into all. It's the things you're doing every single day that matters in something like this. Look, you got through throat cancer, man. That's like a huge deal. To get through any kind of cancer and the treatment is like, man, you're a warrior. Seriously. It's a big deal. It is not for the faint at heart. The people that make it through, I believe, are real champions. And the people that make it through any form of cancer have the right kind of mindset. They do. So you have to have the right self-talk and the right mindset to get through that. So, I encourage you. You made it through. This is the hardest part. Now, on the other side, what you really want to focus on is your day-to-day habits. So remember this. Plenty of clean water. You've got to follow an anti-inflammatory based diet. Most experts would say get away from meat from this point forward. I'm not telling you that. I'm just telling you what most top cancer experts around the world will say. And focus on fruits and vegetables, things like eat eggs and fish possibly. But the biggest thing is your mindset and your consistency and exercise, because that cleans out the lymphatic system every single day.
Did you know you could listen to the ASA RX audio experience on Spotify and Pandora? For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
This episode is over, but check episode notes for links to products and services you've heard about on this episode. Thanks for listening and subscribing. Please share the ASA RX audio experience with others and stay in touch by giving us your comment or review.